It is told at the start of the film that aliens are present at somewhere and they will descend our planet from the space. When aliens emerged from the Pacific Ocean, however, human judgment proved to be incorrect. Ocean has two type tectonics plates at its bottom. There is such a portal which connects the two separate worlds. And a strangest alien named Kaiju emerged from this portal. As Kaiju stepped on Earth, it had destroyed many of the cities. And he put end of many people. But military kills Kaiju. But this chain does not stop easily. One more alien, Kaiju, emerges again after a few months. Then the chain of Kaiju continues on the Earth planet. And they destroy the planet Earth entirely. Then human beings had known, this chain is not going to end like this. Now all countries of the world get united. Because human beings had understood this fact, that they will have to invent some machines like them in order to cope with them, which can confront them perfectly. So human beings initiated a program. Many great robots were invented through this program, and these robots were greater that one pilot could not control them. Their health and brain begin to come under its harmful effect. At the same time, they changed the programming of these robots. Now two captains will control them together. And the best coordination of the captains was required for this. It was as such as two brains will control the one brain. And the human beings remained successful in this matter completely. After this, whenever Kaiju alien approached on the planet Earth, then these robots used to eliminate it, killing it like this. Later, Kaiju aliens had become only the fun for the human beings. In the same way, the time continued to pass gradually, and the human beings had a firm belief in them now. Any alien, Kaiju, that will come out of the ocean now, they will put him to end, facing him. In this way, much time has passed. One day, they come to know that one alien, Kaiju, is coming out of the ocean. Now they know that the alien, Kaiju, who has come out of the ocean is more dangerous than the other, Kaiju. After this, two twin brothers come on the scene. One's name was Yancey, while other's name was Raleigh. Now they both brother will control the program of that robot which will go to end Kaiju. Now they both sit in that robot. So the brain of both may work in the same way. Now they were linked with their robot in such a way as they will get harmed if the robot is harmed. Now they both move into the ocean, taking their robot. Their machine robot was bigger that it could not sink into the sea. Now they both move to that place, taking their robot. Where Kaiju was present. There was also a boat in the sea. First of all, they rescue that robot, then they attack Kaiju through their robot. They had defeated that Kaiju aliens when they had fought with them before. But this Kaiju alien was most powerful. In spite of it, they give an electric shock to Kaiju with their robot. Then, Kaiju is ended. Then it is told to them from the control room that Kaiju is still alive and you will have to return soon. But they fight with Kaiju, ignoring them. Kaiju damages their robot's left hand. And Kaiju also attacks on the head of the robot. There were two brothers in the head of that robot. And Kaiju kills Yancey, bringing him outside. Raleigh was in grief at this loss. And he kills Kaiju using the entire power of his robot. But he had lost his brother. It was a great grief for him. Now he has fallen down, coming at the bank of the sea. Because he was wounded badly after fighting with Kaiju. In the same way, the time passes and World Organization members are shown. Later, who used to fund in this program? They claim that they cannot get one from Kaiju. Because Kaiju aliens have understood the tricks of the protection of human beings' lives. Kaiju aliens appear on Earth after being more developed. Now the fourth kind of Kaiju aliens have started to come on the planet Earth. Now the heads of world leaders decide that they will completely end this program. Big robots fight with Kaiju in it. They inform Marshall that you can take all your robots at the last station of Hong Kong. And we will cease to fund for this program until coastal defense wall is not built. Marshall was that commander who had introduced this program. Now it is seen that a coastal wall is being prepared at the shore of the sea, which will be built after within a time. So, Kaiju aliens may not cross this wall. Now, Marshall was also not ready to accept his defeat too soon. Marshall did not want the robot inventing program to finish, so he formed a new crew. He approaches Raleigh in some way, but Raleigh had quit from this program. When Kaiju had killed his brother, then he was completely attached with his brain. Marshall says to Raleigh, I need you at utmost level. I repaired all former robots. What I found. There was an old robot, Mark 3 inches, of which you used to control. I need a pilot for this, but Raleigh directly forbids him. But Marshall says to him that you will have to rescue the whole world. This responsibility is up to you. Hearing it, Raleigh agrees with him and he reaches Hong Kong, along with Marshall, where their team was working secretly. Now they had only 4 robots on which they were working. Marshall shares his plan to them that we will attack, going into that part of ocean where kaiju aliens emerge. But Raleigh says to him that we have already struggled. Marshall says to him that I have a plan. You just need to get ready. Marshall's foster daughter named Mako is also shown here. She is the director of the whole program. Now, Mako says to Marshall that she wants to be a co-pilot with Raleigh, so she may control that robot, attaching with his brain. And she may fight with kaiju aliens. But Marshall forbids her here, because Mako's parents had been victimized by the kaiju aliens. So she will never be able to control the robots perfectly if she will remember this accident. So, Marshall resents him. On the other side, the time of choosing the co-pilot is started, in which many fighters had to fight with Raleigh, one by one. And Raleigh defeats everyone here. After this, Mako comes to fight with Raleigh here. Mako and Raleigh are equally skilled fighter. So it is decided for this, that Raleigh's partner will be Mako, not anyone else. Now they are seated in their robots for a trial, where their both brains are attached. After a time, Raleigh goes back to his past memory, where kaiju aliens had killed his brother. So Raleigh's connection is disconnected with the robot. On the other side, Mako also remembers her old memories, and she is lost in those memories where kaiju aliens had killed her parents. Now, Raleigh can also witness his memories now, and he tries to understand Mako, but she was sitting in a robot in reality. There she activates the weapon of a robot. All people will come to end if that weapon started to work. The people begin to run here and there. Before this, Mako may activate this weapon, electric connection is solely turned off. As a result, the robot is deactivated. After this, Marshall terminates Mako from the seat of co-pilot. On the other side, a scientist named Newton is shown. He makes a link of his brain with Kaiju's brain. The brain of Kaiju, which was placed here, in the same way as 2 pilots are connected with the brains of each other. And Newton links his brain with the brain of Kaiju. Then he glimpses that place from where all Kaiju aliens appear. He also glimpses other aliens who were inventing these Kaiju aliens. After this, Marshall comes to Newton, who tells him that the Kaiju aliens who have approached on Earth are here to remove the pollution of this Earth, while next generation Kaiju aliens will come to eradicate the human beings. These Kaiju aliens had already come on this planet Earth when there were dinosaurs. At that time, the climate of this Earth was not suitable for these aliens. So these aliens returned back and continued to wait. So this atmosphere is perfect for the aliens because of the weak layer of ozone and pollution. So they want to employ all the resources coming on this Earth. It is the task of these aliens as they dominate on every planet. And they use the resources of that planet. Then they move to another planet. Marshall orders Newton here that you will have to connect with the brain of Kaiju alien again, so that we may get more information about Kaiju. Newton says, I cannot do as such. Other brain of Kaiju will be required to connect with it again. This brain has been dead completely. At the same place, Marshall comes to know that 2 more Kaiju aliens have emerged from Pacific Ocean. After this, he sends his robots to kill them. But he says to Raleigh, stay here right now because you have no another partner. It is seen at the bottom of the ocean that a robot fights with a Kaiju. But Kaiju was very powerful. He destroys the robot completely. After this, when the second robot goes there, then Kaiju releases a liquid from his body, and he throws it on the robot. Due to this, electric current is produced in it. It means their 2 robots had been damaged. Now third robot comes to confront the Kaiju. That third robot fights with Kaiju. Some chemicals are exploded here by Kaiju. He releases electromagnetic wave from his body. Consequently, not only robots but their whole department stop operating. Now they could not connect their robot. After this, Raleigh says to Marshall that you will have to send us there. Because their robot walking technology was old, the rest of the robots were digital. Now, Marshall has to agree with Raleigh. Now he gets ready to make Mako the co-partner of Raleigh. Now they both sit in their robot and they reach that robot, which had stopped working completely. Mako and Raleigh attack Kaiju before it destroyed that robot. And this robot ends Kaiju here. Contrarily, another Kaiju alien is seen, which was proceeding to the city. And everyone has information about this Kaiju alien. So the citizens were running here and there. On the other side, Newton is seen who comes to man. This man used to bargain the organs of Kaiju aliens. Newton had come to this man to take the brain of Kaiju, so he may collect more information after being connected with Kaiju's brain. When they know one of the Kaiju aliens is coming towards the city, then that man tells Newton, when you had linked with Kaiju's brain, so the link is not one-sided but from the both sides. So, Kaiju alien has known that you have gathered the information about him. Now this Kaiju is just coming here in order to kill you. Now, Kaiju alien had approached to this city. So, Raleigh and Mako also come to him with their robot. Now they fight with this Kaiju too much. But Kaiju alien begins to fly in the air, holding their robot. He takes them at the height. They cut one arm of him before he takes them beyond this atmosphere. Now, they both begin to fall on the ground. But they turn on the power booster of their robot. As a result, they land on the ground smoothly. On the other hand, Newton and those men arrive at the location where Kaiju alien ended. Somehow, Newton wanted the brain of Kaiju alien. But his brain is also deactivated entirely after his destruction. Suddenly, another alien appears from the stomach of Kaiju alien, who attacks all of them. Before it, he kills Newton. Something is stuck in the throat of Kaiju, and he is knocked down there. Now the other man thinks that he has died. As he comes to him, that Kaiju alien engulfs him. On the other side, Marshall is shown, which wanted to perform his duty with his remaining two robots. It means, through that crack from which Kaiju aliens emerge and which is the portal of another world, he wants to destroy it completely, fixing bomb there. At this time, Marshall will have to go after taking the seat of co-pilot. Because that robot's co-pilot was severely bruised. Now the robots of Marshall and Raleigh's robots move to that place. There is crack from which those Kaiju aliens emerge on Earth. On the other side, Newton is seen who connects his brain with Kaiju aliens. Then he comes to know that Marshall's plan cannot be succeeded, because the portal of another world can only be opened for Kaiju aliens. On the opposite side, it is seen that those both robots had reached to that place where Kaiju aliens appear. There are already Kaiju aliens. Now, Newton conveys this message to Marshall that they cannot enter the portal of another world without Kaiju. One more Kaiju emerges from the portal here, which is most threatening Kaiju till now. One more Kaiju attacks the robot of Raleigh and Mako. Due to this, he breaks one of the hands of this robot. But they stab their sword to him. Contrarily, another most threatening Kaiju alien is seen, which was attacking Marshall. He destroys the robot of Marshall within a time. Kaiju alien signals his partner. When they both Kaiju aliens are coming to Marshall's robot, then Marshall says to Mako and Raleigh, have you remembered what is your task to do? As both Kaiju aliens reach him, he explodes the bomb fixed in the robot. On the other side, Raleigh and Mako bring the dead body of Kaiju, which had been ended by them. They are moving to a ditch. Then one more Kaiju alien appears before them, which was severely injured. Actually, only one Kaiju had died under the effect of explosion, while other Kaiju alien was still alive. Mako and Raleigh's robot was badly damaged, but they used their full strength and reached that portal, taking Kaiju alien, which was the portal of another world. Now a fight occurs between Kaiju alien and the robot. In the same way, they reach the portal while fighting. Mako robot's oxygen level was lowest. So, Raleigh activates his capsule to move upward. Now, Raleigh had reached another world and he activates that bomb now. All aliens are witnessing it, but they were not understanding a single fact. Raleigh activates his capsule before that bomb was exploded. Then there is a great explosion. Then all aliens and portals connecting our world to other worlds are destroyed. At the end, it is shown that Mako and Raleigh were secure. They are survived, and the movie ends on this scene.